Okay guys, welcome to another, that was the year that was, and this year we're looking at 1988. Yeah, charts wise in the UK, let's see what was going on there. Okay, in 10th position we had Robin Beck with First Time, which I believe was a theme tune to the Coca-Cola. That's really annoying, that noise. Yep. Hang on a second, I'm going to stick a coin in that to shut it up. There we go. Yep, in 9th position we had He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother. That was by the Hollies. Number 8 even was Push It Tramp by Salt and Pepper. Number 7, Belinda Carlisle, Heaven Is a Place on Earth. Number 6, Phil Collins, Groovy Kind of Love. Number 5 was Wet Wet Wet, a bleak Billy Bragg, a bleak Cara TV, never heard of him, with a little help from my friends. Number 4 was Tiffany, I Think We're Alone Now. Number 3, Glenn Medeiros, Nothing's Gonna Change My Love For You. Number 2 was Jazz and the Plastic Population, The Only Way Is Up. Obviously she likes to send a lot of packages abroad. And number 1 was Kylie Minogue, I Should Be So Lucky, 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 Lucky. Yeah, other memorable songs was Bros Drop the Boy. What else? Sabrina Boys, Summertime Love. That was quite a... If you've never seen the video for that, go check it out now. Transvision Vamp, I Want Your Love. And lastly, She Wants to Dance With Me by Rick Astley. In the news, what did we have? Margaret Thatcher became the longest serving Prime Minister. Rowan Atkinson launches the Comic Relief charity event. What else have we got? Arthur Scargill was re-elected as leader of the National Union of Mine Workers. British first BBC Red Nose Day was launched on the 5th of February. What else happened there? April. Okay, Sandy Lyle becomes the first British winner of the US Masters. That was in April. Yep, the proposed poll tax was expected to come into force. We'll see the average house rise in value by around 20%. Unemployment is now below 2.5 million. Yep, not a lot else. The Piper Alpha disaster, there's an oil rig in the North Sea exploded, resulting in 167 deaths. Nothing exciting, or nothing happy actually happened. Ian Rush becomes the most expensive player to join a British club when he signs for Liverpool for 2.7 million. Great Britain and Northern Ireland compete at the Olympics in Seoul and won 5 golds, 10 silver and 9 bronze. The Vauxhall Cavalier was the 3rd version of that was released in October. Nothing else, and the biggest incident that happened here was on the 21st of December, Pan Am Flight 103 explodes over the Scottish town of Lockerbie, killing a total of 270 people. So yeah, it wasn't a very happy year news wise, and it certainly bloody wasn't happy music wise with Kylie Minogue with I Should Be So Lucky, 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 Lucky. Anyway, on to more important things guys. Video games. Now that is way too loud, but anyway, Alter Beast. We've already looked at this game before. I did an arcade perfect my arse just a few weeks ago actually, and I think the general consensus was it's a bit shit. It looks nice. I mean, it's got the recipe for being an ace game. You know, a man with big muscles fighting two-headed dogs and zombies. But sadly, it was the pace of the game that it made it bloody boring to play. It was ported to pretty much every home system under the sun, including the Mega Drive, which had a rather excellent conversion of a rather poor game. It was bundled with the Mega Drive, but yeah. Not the greatest game in the world. It looks alright, graphics are nice, but it's just the whole sedate pace of the game and the fact that nothing actually changes. It's the same thing over and over and over again. So anyway guys, listen, that is Altered Beast. Okay, this is Atomic Robo Kid by UFL, or is it UPL I think it is? Never actually, I've heard of the game and I do know it was ported to some home versions. Never actually played it. So this is the first time I have actually tried this game. It's like a nice, nice graphics. Yeah, I'm sure this was ported to a lot of all the home systems. I think I might have seen it in the Commodore Amiga, but that's about it. I'm not quite sure what these things are. I just seem to continually come in these things. Missile bomb. Get off. Yeah, it's actually quite a nice little game. It's got really excellent graphics. Kaboom! Ah, bollocks. It's a bit like Kung Fu Master, you don't want to let these things get a hold of you. And there we go, that'll be the end of the game. That is Atomic Robo Kid by UPL. Okay guys, this is a Bad Dudes versus Dragon Ninja by Data East. You can see there the bezel thing. Yep, let's zoom in on the action. Now this seemed to be a period in video games where everybody looked like Arnold Schwarzenegger and you had ridiculous haircuts with sunglasses. Never ever played this in arcades, but I did play it. Did play it on the Commodore Amiga. It wasn't bad, it had nice big graphics, but if I remember rightly, it played pretty slow. What is that? Can I pick that thing up? Ah, bollocks. Don't know how you pick these things up. Yeah, it always looked pretty impressive, this game, with the, you know, the big trucks and things like that. You know, I think you could actually play simultaneous two-player as well. Oh, there's a dog. I don't know how I get my canny juice. Take a seat. There we go, that's more like it. Now we're talking. There's Karnov himself. Big fat bloke. Come on, fat guy. Is that the best you can do? That seems a tad unfair. He's got fire and I've got a piece of wood and a chain. It's certainly a lot more playable than the Commodore Amiga one that I remember. I'm bad. Yeah, that's actually not a bad game. When I saw that on the list I thought, don't like this game, but you know what, this the arcade one is infinitely better than the Commodore Amiga one. So yeah, that is a Bad Dudes versus Dragon Ninja, and that is by Data East. Okay then, this is Cabal by Tad. That's T-A-D. Never actually heard of Tad before. I do remember this game, never actually played it, but this was ported. This was ported to all the how would I fire? Alright, I'm firing, alright, okay. Right, so it's very, very similar to Operation Wolf, obviously. It uses the trackball to move, and I've got to say it actually feels it's not bad. It's got quite a sort of subdued sound considering I'm firing some kind of big gun thing. That's probably no bad thing. Take that. Oh, 10,000 points, that'll do me. Looks like I'm not going to be around to pick them up though. Yeah, that's Cabal, and I know that was ported, I think, by Ocean to pretty much every microcomputer under the sun. Let's crack on. Okay, we know this game well. This is the mighty Chase HQ. Let me shut that door because there's a bit of reflection going on there. Yeah, and this is by Tato. This is a great game. No, that's Squint. But then what's new? Let's stick my Kindle underneath. There we go, that'll keep Brian happy. Yeah, let's go. Oops, trying to figure out what one's the high gear. Yeah, I mean the conversions of this game have been documented well. Spectrum and Amstrad had excellent conversions. Commodore 64 smelled like a big pile of steaming poo. The versions on the 16-bit were pretty crap as well, but yeah, if you want the best home version, I would say go and look at the Spectrum one. It might be monochrome, but it really, they pulled out the stops. It's a great game. Now, if anybody happened to watch my waffle on Friday, one of the things I was talking about was how I can always remember where I first played a particular video game, and the first time I played this was on holiday in Menorca, I think it was, in the hotel. Going to be struggling. Let's use one of these things. Going to be struggling. Hey, there we go. Right guys, that is Chase HQ.
Okay, you're under arrest on suspicion of first-degree murder.
Okay guys, this is Combat School and this is by Konami. This was ported by Ocean to all the home computers, and it was released under the Imagine label, which was owned by Ocean. Now this came in two flavours. You had joystick control and you had
Ready, go.
and it appears that alright, okay. It's supposed to be joystick, but oddly enough, it's set to keys. Yeah, there was a trackball version, and there was a joystick version, which this is supposed to be. The chance of me qualifying here is next to nil.
You made it.
My goodness,
Yeah.
managed to make it. It's actually a really, really good game, this, but it's just extremely difficult. It really is.
Ready. Fire. 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 Fire.
I think this particular level would be a lot easier with the trackball.
Fire. Fire.
I'm doing absolutely pants.
Fire. 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 Fire.
And I think suffice to say I'm not going to qualify here.
Fire. Fire. Fire.
But it's actually a really good sort of multi-event game.
Fire. Fire. Go home to your mother. Nick?
Okay, right guys, that is Combat School. Okay, this is Cypher Ball, Cyber Ball, and this is by Atari. You can see here it's a very, very long, thin, narrow screen. I'm guessing it probably had I'm guessing you always had multiple players. Right, I have no idea what I'm doing here. Picking my team, I think. Now it looks awfully similar to American football. Yeah, it's very, very similar to like John Madden. You basically you have to pick your move. Ah, bugger. It's exactly like John Madden football, except with the robots. Let's go for a running play. Ah, bollocks, interception. Yeah, I think this game was converted to the home machines. I don't recall, to be honest with you. It's got a nice sound. I didn't even see what was going on there. Am I defending now? I'm not too sure. I think I am. Right, the opponent has got the ball. Oof. Touchdown! It's quite a deep kind of strategy game when you consider it's an arcade game. I mean, arcade games are all about pick up and play, and this isn't a game that you could just pick up and play unless you actually understood American football. I wouldn't have thought. There you go, touchdown. Right, anyway guys, that's enough of that one. That is a Cyber Ball, and that is by Atari. Right, this is Double Dragon 2, The Revenge, apparently. This is by Technos. Technos. Now, considering when you think how popular Double Dragon is, it's quite an unknown company as far as video games go. But yeah. Oh, you savage. So it kind of starts off pretty similar to the original. So a bit nicer graphics. How do I actually punch? Oh, there we go. Now, I'm not sure if this game, I don't quite know what he's trying to do apart from impress us with these acrobatic skills. We'll get the whip. I'll hold it for about 2 seconds. Yeah, it's got improved graphics, a bit more detailed, nicer use of colour. It certainly seems a bit... Bloody hell, the minute I go to pick the whip up, it just kicks my arse. Continue. Yeah, I mean it's like a lot of sequels. They're bigger, better, prettier to look at, but ultimately they just don't have the same appeal as originals. I suppose it's the same in films as well. You know, it's when you've got a classic original, it's always going to be difficult to top it. Same in music albums, I suppose. But yeah, anyway guys, this is Double Dragon 2 and it's by Technos. Right, this is Final Blow by Tato. I remember playing this in LA's in Edinburgh. Obviously moustaches were popular back then.
This corner wearing red trunks and weighing 193 pounds. South American Eagle, Fernando Gomez.
I remember playing this, yeah. I'm sure the monitor that this appeared in was absolutely huge. Right, I'm not sure how you... there we go, that's how you punch up. Yeah, graphically this was really impressive looking. Especially for the time, you know. And this game was converted. I'm sure it actually got... I never played it on any home computer, but I'm sure the Commodore 64 one actually looked pretty good, all things considered. I don't think there's an awful lot to it other than mash the buttons as quickly as you possibly can. And I'm down. Well, not quite. But yeah, certainly graphically impressive for the time, that's for sure. Looks like I'm going to get my arse kicked. Oh well, that'll be that then. CPU wins. Yep, that is Final Blow, guys. And that is by Tato. Okay, this rather noisy game is Forgotten Worlds. And that is by Capcom. That's better. I always thought this game looked extremely pretty.
Did you find the guy? Pity
Now this game is unusual because it actually uses the I think it might be a spinner in arcades, but I'm using the trackball. I'm using the joystick to move up and down, and yeah, to move up and down, but I'm using the trackball to aim. And you can actually fire 360 degrees. No, I'm not bothered going into the shop. Now I'm sure, no I'm not sure, I know for a fact that this game, well, let's continue. This game was ported, I've just gone into the shop. With generic Japanese bird serving. No thank you. Yeah, I remember the 16-bit versions of this were quite impressive. Graphically it's a very, very pretty game. Right, that's 2 games, so that'll be enough of that, guys. That is Forgotten Worlds, and I says that is by Capcom. Okay, this is Galaxy Force 2, and this was by Sega. Now, I must confess, guys, I can't recall ever seen this game in the arcades at all. Am I right in thinking it was one of these? I'm trying to see. Ah, right, okay. So it uses a trackball to fire. Yeah, what I was going to say, I'm guessing this had one of these big massive sit-down cabs. Like I said, I've never ever seen it in arcades, so I'm just kind of guessing, but it's actually quite an impressive looking game. There's a cracking version of this that came out in the 3DS, and believe it or not, the 3DS is actually pretty damned, or the 3D effect is actually pretty impressive. I've got no idea what I'm supposed to be doing here, so I'm just basically blasting everything. I'm guessing it's a bit like Rez. You put kind of circles around the enemies, then you kind of, I don't know, heat seeker missiles, whatever it is, I'm really not too sure. Penetrate the enemy, whoever misses. Kill giant robots. Now, if this game was converted to the home systems, I would be very, very surprised. In fact, you know what, I probably shouldn't be surprised. I'm guessing Ocean or somebody probably converted it, but I would love to see how it turned out, because I just couldn't imagine any of the sort of machines, you know, being able to pull something like this off. Possibly, you know, the consoles, the home consoles like the Mega Drive or that, but I'd love to see an 8-bit version of this. I'm bloody cramping my left hand trying to mash these buttons. Kaboom! There we go. That's actually quite impressive. That is Galaxy Force 2, and that is by Sega. Okay then, this is Ghouls and Ghosts by Capcom. You can see there it's got another delightful little bezel. Was this still booting up? Sorry, I'm jumping into the video a bit too soon. Anyway, yep, let's wait for this thing to finish doing what it has to do and get some Ghouls and Ghosts action. This has got a classic soundtrack, it really has. Now I'm positive I did a Arcade Perfect My Arse to this game, and in fact I did do it, I definitely did do it. And yeah, I think most of the versions were pretty good. If I remember rightly, was it the Sharp X68000 I think I reckoned it was the best one. But I mean the SNES, Mega Drive, PC Engine are all excellent. Even the Commodore 64 one I think was pretty good, and I'm sure the Amiga one was good as well. But this is as hard as they come, it really is. It's a tough old game. Ah, bollocks. Oops, a daisy. This is a really, really cool level. Damn it. But yep, this is one tough game. Can you kill these things? Evidently not. Bollocks. It's funny, I usually get put off hard games. If a game's too hard, then I'll usually not want to play it. But this is one game, it is just so gorgeous that it doesn't matter how difficult it is. It's impossible not want to play it. Oops, a daisy. Damn it. Yeah, staggering game that. One of the best. That's Ghouls and Ghosts, and that is by Capcom. Okay then, this is Last Duel, it's called, and this is by Capcom. Now I don't remember playing the game, but I certainly remember seeing pictures of it. Let's zoom in a wee bit, so you can actually see what it's about. It's a racing game of some sort. Well, it's a racing game. Can you come shoot 'em up? Yeah, I'm positive this was brought out on the home systems. It's actually more akin to a shoot 'em up, I would say, than a racing game. Ah, bollocks. It appears you can sort of jump or something, I think. Ah, bollocks. Did I fall down a hole there? Let's go for one more quick go. Ah, that's more like it. Right, I'm guessing I have to jump over these things. Yep. Yep, I'm guessing these are holes, so you have to jump over them. This is the first time I've ever played this game, so I'm sure it came out on all the home systems, but I certainly never played it. Hi, that's actually not a bad wee game. It kinda, I don't know, it's more shoot 'em up than driving. It actually reminds me a wee bit of, is it Pathfinder, I think it was, in the Commodore 64. Anyway, yep, that is Last Duel, and that is by Capcom. Okay, this is Narc, and this is by Williams. Now, this is quite an unusual game. This game was written by Eugene Jarvis, who famously wrote my favourite game, Robotron 2084. He also did Defender, amongst other games. You think he did Smash TV as well. Yeah, this is a total change of direction for Eugene, obviously one of the more kind of up-to-date games. It was released in the arcades. Well, it's a tiny little window you can see there. But, oops, a daisy. There we go. Yeah, it was released for all the sort of home systems, but I don't think it ever done particularly well. I've always thought, I mean, I'm a massive Eugene Jarvis fan, but I've always, I don't know, there's just something about it. I've never really liked the look of the game. I don't know whether it was the content, I don't know, it's all about drugs obviously. That's dropping out little bags of drugs, I think. Can you go inside? Ah, right, okay. I mean, there's nothing really wrong with the game per se. I don't know, it's just it's certainly violent enough. He's got a bit of a gay walk, look at that, I don't know what's going on there. Mincing along. One thing that right, let's go again. One thing that I wasn't keen on is the fact that all the graphics for the baddies look exactly the same. They've all got these kind of dirty brown over jackets on. Right, okay, so you don't have to kill people. If you just move over them, you basically arrest them.
Roger, Chief.
Now he looks very, very similar. I was going to say he looks very similar to the baddie in Terminator 2, but maybe not. Anyway guys, listen, that's enough of this. This is Narc, and this is by Williams. Okay, this is New Zealand Story, or The New Zealand Story, by Tato. Now this is an unfeasibly, apart from this little guy in here smoking, it's not big and it's not clever guys. It's an unfeasibly cute game. Along the line, well I was going to say along the lines of Bubble Bobble, it's absolutely got nothing in common with Bubble Bobble, other than it's got some cute graphics. Now don't let the cutesy graphics belie the fact that it's a damn difficult game. And it's got probably the most cute little noise when a baddie dies. But it's a tough old game, it really is. Ah, bollocks. Now this was ported to pretty much every single video game that was ever made. Every home computer, console, and I think pretty much every one of them was really good. It's funny how some games just seem to port really well, or else, you know, the company that ported them did a good job in them. I mean, Bubble Bobble seemed to port pretty much top notch to every home system. But yeah, but it's a tough old game, it really is. Alright, don't walk into these things. And you can see there it kind of shows you where you need to go. So what you can do, you're right, you hold down the button, okay. Hey! One down, two to go, or one down, lots more to go. Anyway guys, that's enough of that one. That is The New Zealand Story. Okay, this is Ninja Spirit, and this is by Irem, who made the classic R-Type. Whoops. Now I think, again, this found releases on pretty much everything. And what's interesting, you can basically, you can pick what weapon you want to use. Right, I need to actually configure my controls a bit better, because I must admit, for an arcade game it's got really, really small sprites. You can stab down the way as well and kill these things. Oh, you get right in the foot. You can bugger off. Get. What's going on here? I appear to have a... Right, I'm guessing what I should really be doing here. Bollocks, just throwing some shuriken at these guys. Right, okay. That is Ninja Spirit by Irem. Right, this is Operation Thunderbolt, the sequel to Operation Wolf. Let's zoom in so you can see. Okay, now I'm guessing.
Operation initiated.
Yep, this is using the trackball.
Gather intelligence information.
Now again, I think this had some excellent ports on the home systems. Obviously it used a light gun in the arcades. I can't say I've ever actually played this game. It certainly feels different to Operation Wolf, obviously because it's kind of pseudo 3D, it feels slightly different. It's a bit more frantic than Operation Wolf. But I'm sure it was ported again to every system known to man, possibly even the PC Engine, or was that just Operation Wolf, I think. Oh, there's a cat. Kill the cat. Yeah, you've got less time to enjoy the graphics in this one. You're just more concerned about killing all the baddies. So I'm not sure this is a better game. I think I prefer Operation Wolf. Right, why do I guess there's going to be some big gun siege at the end here? Was that the end?
Contact with intelligent agent and obtained information.
They always employed the same cardboard actor to do the voiceover.
Conditions and means of transportation.
Confiscate ammunition. Ah, this is more like the one that we know and love. Oops. Kill the cat. There's extremely small Alsatians. Whoops. Blimey. Now I don't know if I'm just extremely good at this game, highly unlikely I know, or is this just a bit easier than Operation Wolf? Oops. Saying that, I'm now down to low energy, so it's going to be curtains I think before long. There's a small Alsatian again. Kill the cat. I don't know if that's good or bad. You're dead. Ah, you're right. I like the wrong spelling. You're you're dead. Right, yep, that is Operation Wolf, guys. Not Operation Wolf, even it is Operation Thunderbolt, and that is by Tato. Okay, this is P47 the Phantom Fighter by Jaleco. This is quite a loud game. Now, I remember playing this on the Amiga. I was never that impressed with the game, I have to say. I'm not a big fan of left to right shooters. I prefer mine's more vertical. So I think it was ported to all the home systems back in the day. What happened there? Ah, right, you've got bombs as well. Whoops. Dearie me. Right, okay, let's go for one more go. I think I need a bit of rapid fire going on now. Damn it. Take that. And that. Am I actually doing anything to that? Right, anyway, yeah, that's that one, guys. That is P47 the Phantom Fighter. Okay, this is Passing Shot by Sega. Quite an unusual game for Sega. What was before, obviously, Virtua Tennis, I should say. It's their first tennis attempt. Now I remember playing this on Amiga. Let's just put in any shite. Now I don't know how this is going to work.
Final set.
Final set? I've only just started, for God's sake. Right, it looks a bit like, it plays like Tekken World Cup. Ah, bollocks. I'm guessing I've got to hit it when it's flashing. Now I think in the arcades one player would face up the way and one player would face down the way.
Step 15 ball.
Oh.
15 30.
So yeah, this was ported to the home systems. Hey, there we go. Now, oddly enough, that viewpoint for a tennis game has never been copied.
40 30.
And I'm not surprised because it's not the best viewpoint. Hey! Oh, out. Anyway guys, listen, that's enough of that. That is Passing Shot and that is by Sega. Yep, and here we have the classic Power Drift. A game I did feature in a fairly recent Arcade Perfect. And anybody that watched my Arcade Perfect My Arse will know that conversions of this varied greatly. There were some excellent conversions and some not so good. I mean, when you look at the arcade here, it's flinging sort of sprites about like, you know, nothing on earth, and there's just no home system that was capable of physically doing a game like this justice. I'm surprised he even attempted to I'm trying to figure out how do I change gear. Don't know how to change gear, no idea. Don't know. You can see there I get to be stuck in second gear. Yeah, it's a cracking game this, but it's pretty difficult. Yep, that is Power Drift, and that is by Sega. Okay, this is Robocop. Now, unusually this was actually a game that was released on the home systems first by Ocean, and it was licensed to Data East and converted by them. This game was a massive seller, I think, especially on the Spectrum. I think it was like #1 in the charts for something. I think it stayed in the software charts for something like 2 years. I mean, it is an excellent scrolling. It's brutally hard though. Can I punch that? I think I certainly can. Yeah, it's a tough old game, huh? Bollocks. Anyway guys, that is Robocop, and that was by Data East. Okay, this is Silkworm, and this is by Tecmo. This was converted, I can't remember by whom, but I just remember it being a particularly good game on the Commodore Amiga. Now you've got 2 players, one of you can play as a tank, not a tank, a jeep I think it is, and the other one the helicopter. And it's bloody difficult, as you would probably expect. Right, I think we can go again. But yeah, it was released, I says, it certainly came out for the Commodore Amiga. Ah, bollocks. And it was a particularly good version. I don't know what. Can I destroy that thing? I'm not quite sure. Dearie me. That is my second game over and done with. Now, the way I actually play these games probably doesn't help, because I'm squatting behind. I'm trying to play it from behind a behind this tripod, which doesn't make it very easy. I'm not quite sure. Ah, is that invulnerability or something? I could never actually understand somebody wanting to go as the tank, not the tank, the jeep in this game. You're always going to want to. Well, that was quite painless. Right guys, that is Silkworm, and that is by Tecmo. Now this is the iconic Splatterhouse by Namco. Now the only system that I remember getting a conversion of this game was the PC Engine, although I think the Mega Drive may have also had one. It's quite a ghoulish game. You've basically got this meat cleaver, and you can see there's people with their guts hanging out and what have you. And jump, I certainly can, yeah, you can see there. One interesting anecdote about this game is apparently it's a girl has recently, I think she's from England, just gone for the highest score in the arcades in this game. I think she's using MAME right enough, but yeah. Bollocks. Always found it quite unusual the fact that you're playing the part of a baddie. I'm guessing you're playing the part of, not Michael Myers, is it Jason out of Friday the 13th with the hockey mask. But this was obviously jumping in the sort of horror bandwagon that was prevalent back in the late 80s. Ah, balls. Yep, anyway, that's Splatterhouse, and that is by... Oh, hang on, we've still got one more life. Let's finish this. Yeah, I'm not quite sure why this was never converted to any other systems other than the PC Engine. Right, listen, that's enough of that, guys. That is Splatterhouse, and that's by Namco. Now, this is one of the probably best known video games, Tetris. Not so much as a video game in the arcades, but more for being on the Nintendo Game Boy. Now, there's multiple versions of this, and the version that I'm going to look at is by Atari. And this game really needs no introduction. Basically, you've got to try and stack the blocks and make as many lines. Ah, bollocks, that wasn't very good. Make as many sort of full lines as you possibly can. But the best version of this, bar none, is the Game Boy one. The Game Boy was just written for this game. I mean, seriously, it's just a... Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Not a... Let's just get rid of one of the lines. Yeah, standing, squatting behind the tripod the way I'm doing here is not the way to play this game. Well, let's get rid of a couple. I actually watched a guy play this on the Game Boy, and he got, I can't remember what the score was. It was like he maximised the score and he got four lines every single shot, which is just incredible. You ought to see the speed of this thing. There we go. Anyway guys, that is Tetris, and this particular version is by Atari. Okay guys, this is the iconic looking Tuban by Atari Games. It's got a very distinctive Atari look to it. It's got the super sharp, kind of really bright graphics, like APB 720. I'm guessing it will use the same hardware. Now, I'm not going to actually play this game, guys, because for one simple reason is I couldn't seem to. I could put coins into the machine, but I couldn't actually get the game to start. So, you know, I'm just going to let you see the demo mode going. I can't remember what kind of controls it actually used. I don't think it was the standard joysticks, because I think you use your left and right hands independently. But it's a gorgeous looking game, it really is. It's not one I've ever really played. I mean, it's been released, they certainly came out in various systems, including all 8-bits and 16-bit machines, but yeah, it's a gorgeous looking machine. But for some strange reason I just can't seem to get the game to start. So okay, anyway, let's move on. That is Tuban, and that is by Atari. Right then, this is another Atari game. This is Vindicators. Now this had a kind of, it was a, how do you describe it? It was almost like sort of a control similar to Battlezone type thing. This game was released for the home systems, but I don't know how this is going to control on the MAME cab. Right. Right, okay, I'm really not sure what's happening here. I'm pressing buttons here.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Right, apologies guys, I'm really not getting to
3,
demonstrate this game too well.
2, 1, 0.
Listen guys, sorry about that, that's another game I can't really show you unfortunately. But it does look really nice, and it did kind of feature quite a unique the joystick or trackball just doesn't want to move the thing at all. But anyway, listen guys, that's enough. You can see what the game's about hopefully. That is Vindicators and that is by Atari. Okay, right, you're probably thinking I recognise this game, and that's because you're probably an Amiga owner or an Atari ST owner, and yet you would be right, this is indeed Xenon. Now you can see there, this was a home system that was actually brought out by Codemasters, and yep, it just uses it uses a Commodore Amiga. It is a Commodore Amiga that's running this game, so that was a kind of first. They brought out a series of games. Bloody hell, they've certainly made it a bit tougher than the original. But yep, this game is running on a Commodore Amiga. It's got the same graphics because obviously it's just using the same graphic chips because it is an Amiga. I don't think it did particularly well this because people were playing this on their Amiga and they weren't going to go and play it in the arcade. They weren't going to go and pay money to play it when they could play it at home. So anyway, listen guys, that is enough of that. That is Xenon, and that is by Arcadia, I think it was. That is the very last video guys for this feature. I hope you've enjoyed watching it. Please feel free to like, comment and subscribe. Please leave all your feedback, what you think of this. And I trust you've enjoyed watching it. And to finish off guys, thank you very much for watching.